going on, everybody? I'm Rah, your self-accountability coach. I also have the gift to channel. I value your time as much as I value mine, so let's go ahead and dive right into the message. So I will be going deeper into a mini series that I do on TikTok, and the title of this particular video is Self-Destructive. This particular mini series talks about how misery loves company, basically. And the way I orchestrated the video was so dope because I was able to say how people complain about how bad other people do them, but they end up being the same monster that they despise. And that is basically where two wrongs don't make a right. And I know that's cringy. I know. Once you elevate, though, you start to see and recognize what that's really about. Because if you really think about it, when someone wrongs you and you're in a lower vibration or you're not self-aware, you tend to focus very hard and harshly on them, their life, whether they're getting their karma back, and putting all of your energy into them. And you really don't know who is protecting these people in the spiritual. You don't know what ancestors they have, what angels and guidance and guides they have that's protecting them from certain entities and energies. That's one thing that we need to think about. The other thing is when you focus so harshly on karma and somebody getting things back and negativity, it gets drawn to you even stronger. So just getting out of the bucket altogether is something that is so much more priceless than anything that you could ever do, any revenge, anything. Trust me, I know I used to be a very revengeful, vindictive person. Like, you do anything to me, I gotta get you back. But now I could care less. Now when people do things to me, I always look at, how did I set the stage for this to happen? How did I allow room for this to happen? What piece or what part of me did I allow to slip, or what things did I allow to go unnoticed that allowed this situation or this person or this experience to come into my situation? And when I go deeper into that thought process, if I can't come up with anything and I'm like, man, I did everything I was supposed to do, I don't know how they slipped past my guards, and I really truly don't know, because again, like I always say, you guys know, one of the biggest things that I believe in, my biggest beliefs, is being authentically honest with yourself down to the bone, to the core, no fluff, being self-aware. So if I can't figure out anything that I really done, then I turn to God and I ask God, what do you need me to see and learn from this experience? Because obviously they have some extra help getting past all of my guards, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of helps me figure out exactly what I need to do, how I need to do it, so on and so forth. And one of the things that Shadow said in the video that I absolutely love, in the very beginning of the video, she said, have you ever noticed how people believe they deserve heaven on earth but give the earth hell? You can't be given a whole bunch of crap and expect beauty. You know, that's not the way things operate. You have to take accountability for your own actions. You have to pay attention how things show up. The same way that you can twist the story or twist the perception for you to be the victim, you also got to look at the other side of the coin and see how you showed up and either allow a certain situation to transpire or cause a certain situation to transpire. And when I say these things, I need you all to use your common sense, because my intention is where it needs to be. I am not talking about children that cannot protect themselves. I'm talking about adults that have more than enough strength, mental capacity to make sure that they show up in their best being and don't. That's what I'm talking about. So Ego then said, they act like they're God's gift to earth and treat other people so bad, but complain about how other people treat them. These people are so self-righteous, it's unbelievable. And I only say this not so that you can recognize that person in your life, but also where you can recognize how you show up in that light and in that way. Because I guarantee if you're dealing with that, God is trying to show you a mirror of yourself and how you show up the same way, or how you need to make sure that you pay attention to those energies so that you don't fall into the grasp or the jaws of those individuals. So, you know, at the end of the day, We all make decisions, and we have to make the right decisions going down our path going forward. There's no more blame game. And I'm starting to say that in every video. I'm realizing, if you guys have already said, dang, she said that in the last video, I did. Because I can't stress it enough. And the thing about this is, the people that end up in this energy typically don't ever get the person back that hurt them, that put them in this energy. They start to hurt other people. So it's one of those things where, I just gotta say it. It's where men and women have this thing where they're like, oh, this guy did me wrong. The last 10 guys did me wrong. All men ain't SHIT. This woman did me wrong. The girl from 2nd grade did me wrong. All women ain't SHIT. That's not true. So for you to continue through life and never address the people that hurt you, or address yourself so that you can let that baggage go, you choose to continue to hurt other people because you're assuming that they're like somebody that you met years ago, or a week ago, or a few boyfriends ago. That's not fair to the new people that you step into their light, or they step into yours. We have to start realizing how we show up. That's what I mean when I say how we show up. Because at the end of the day, if everybody is wronging you, if everybody around you is so stupid, you're implementing yourself in front of all of those people so that you can feel mightier than thou, and you're not. You're just you're the same crab that's in the bucket with the rest of the crabs. I don't care if your shell is a little bit cleaner than the rest. It doesn't matter. If you can complain about all of these people around you, and there's no grace that you can positively say about anybody else, the problem is you. You have now become the monster that you despise, and it's time to level up. It's time to have accountability. It's time to be real with yourself. The best part that Shadow says in this whole series, I think, is when she says, if you pay attention and you look closer, they had ulterior motives for the person that they originally allowed to let slide all these things that they let slide, because they had ulterior motives. So some people may be like, I'm gonna deal with this guy and I just want him for his money, or I'm gonna deal with this girl and I just want her for her body. But then you get caught up falling for this person, or you get caught up financially with this person, and then you feel obligated to stay with this person, and then you wonder why this person treated you like X, Y, and Z, and you let them get away with so many things because you had ill intentions in the beginning. So that first initial mindset is what we got to pay attention to. Some people assume that because I look a certain way, things are just so easy for me, or I look a certain way and I present myself a certain way because I am bubbly, I am sweet, I can be shy. But that's just one aspect of me. The domineering part of me really is the part that's like, don't play with me. And I have this thing where you either give me your all or you give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I show up for everybody else. So if I allow you in my presence, and I've already screened you and all of these things, and I've already verbally explained to you and told you these are the things I tolerate, these are the things that I don't, and you blatantly ignore it, or you want to try it because you have some special place in my life, you put yourself on that pedestal. I will never put you on that pedestal. And you decide to do something or cross a boundary that I set up, I don't even give people second chances to do it again. Once you peep it, the only way that somebody can get the chance to do something twice is if I wasn't exactly sure, if I didn't have the whole picture, if I didn't have all of the facts, and I just need to make sure that's what I thought it was. You have now been removed. I am not the type of person that locks in and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're my best friend. Oh my gosh, you're my friend. Oh my gosh, you're my cousin. Oh my gosh, you're my mom, my dad. I don't give a shit about titles. If you do not show up with the morality, integrity, and just basic human respect, you mean nothing to me after that. And I'm not the type of person to fake. I really don't like to fake. Like, I'll be cordial, but you will definitely be able to feel and tell the difference of me really rocking with you and me not. There's no in between when it comes to me. I don't like when people talk about people behind their back. I don't like when people think that they can treat you wrong and talk crap about you, talk about you like a dog, and then turn around and they're in your face smiling and kiki and ha-haing and acting like you're so, you know, they see you so highly and you're so special. I don't do that. Like, either you mess with me or you don't, and the first subtle behavior that I see, you are no longer invited to Rah's party. That's just it at the end of the day. I mean, oh well. And it's so funny to see. I actually used to get a kick out of cutting people off and seeing the shock in their faces, like, oh my gosh, she really doesn't mess with me. Like, we used to be so tight. And at first I was like, it's interesting that you don't notice that you have been doing me bogus this whole time, and to be in my presence, to enjoy my laughter, my ideas, the fun that I bring, the consoling that I bring, the understanding that I bring, that is a privilege. I don't have to give you that. And I don't have to be your enemy. I just will act like you dropped off the face of the earth. So I think that's where I'm gonna end this video. That's where I'm gonna end this video, because, you know, at the end of the day, one lesson I definitely have to learn is to let go. We all have to leave this earth at some point in time. We cannot form attachments and think that we own and have ownership over people. That's not the way it goes. We confuse monetary aspects of ownership with people. I can't wait to see you again. Thank you for being here all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate you. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram. I'm gonna pop it up in here somewhere. I post polls, motivational statements, all type of stuff in my stories. All the videos that I have on my TikTok, I post them on my Instagram, along with some inspirational content for Instagram. If you haven't already, check me out on TikTok. All the videos that I talk about in each of my videos are linked down below in the description box, so definitely check me out over there. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Make sure you hit the notification bells on all of my platforms if you don't want to miss my content. On Patreon, I dive in deeper on some of these videos, and I also channel on Patreon and share some of the knowledge and the wealth that I have over there. So if you are interested in joining a tribe, I would love to see you over there. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for sharing your stories down below in the comment box. I love reading you all stories and how you guys have elevated and how you've implemented the information that I've given you. Peace, love, and a little bit of spice. I'll see you later. Bye.